Hello and welcome to this week's podcast episode at the Holistic Business and Life Mastery Show. How are you doing? Welcome back. My name is Supriya and I'm your holistic business and marketing coach. If this is the first time you're tuning in, a big hearty welcome to you. And for all our regulars, I hope you're having an amazing week and I hope you're ready for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for pressing play. In this week's episode, I want to talk about 3 reasons why you should not copy and paste your marketing. Have you ever felt pressured to do exactly what others are doing in your business marketing? I hear this all the time. Especially from people that hate marketing. And I know a lot of you know this. You know the way to succeed in business is to get better at marketing, but somehow you convince yourself that you suck at it and it will never improve, so you just, treat it like your worst thing. But here is an episode that I hope, my intention today is to really open your eyes to what could be wrong with what you're currently doing as far as marketing goes, especially if you are copying and pasting what others are doing and not really doing what is required to be better at marketing every day, but also making it authentic, making it your own that really generates sales. The more inauthentic you are in your marketing, the less sales you're going to make. The more authentic your marketing is, the more sales you're going to make. Okay, so let's talk about what we have to talk about today. Do you have thoughts where you're telling yourself that to have good marketing, you're going to have to hire a very expensive marketing agency service? I know I used to think like that, and much to my surprise, this was not true, because what I'm about to share with you is exactly why you must embrace developing your marketing skills. And when you do develop this skill, that means you're trying more and more to become more of yourself than like others that are out there doing the same thing as you. Okay? And you are then going to be like a lighthouse in your space, and people are going to find you much more easily, and they would want to work with you because, you've gotten really good at communicating why people should work with you. So, what are the 3 reasons, I bet you're wondering, to ditch copy pasting marketing? Let me start with why you should do this, consider doing this, right? Number 1 reason that I find struggling holistic service providers say this, that they're doing everything that everybody else is doing. Like the first thing that they tell me how they're doing their marketing is that they are posting on social media. And then they'll follow it through with, oh, but I'm not consistent. I know that's why my sales are lower. I know that's why I suck. So I'm going to do a bit of myth busting today and just tell you that that is not the reason why your sales numbers are not improving, and that you don't have to post like everybody else, and that there is a better and easier way to do your marketing and develop your skills to market better. Sound good? And I'm also going to share with you about our 90-day marketing bootcamp that I've created for holistic service providers just like you, even solopreneurs, even product-based businesses. As long as you're looking to work with new clients, enroll or attract new clients, then that's the bootcamp. And it's the formula that I have learned applying it to my own business in the past, and we keep applying it. So this is something that doesn't change, and it's something that you also need to embrace should you want marketing to be more effective for you. Okay. So let's talk about reason number one. Reason number one why you need to ditch copy and paste marketing is because it doesn't reflect your brand identity. One of the biggest reasons why people will just ignore your posts, okay, is because if it's the people that already know you, they might look at that and they might think things, but it's not going to really resonate with them. And your unique brand identity is like a thumbprint. Okay, it's like, is there only one doctor in this whole planet? No. Is there just one teacher on this planet? No. There's many like yourself doing similar things, but you need to be able to communicate exactly what's special about working with you. So if I was to give you my example, my background is, first I was in corporate, but then I left and then I started a business with zero experience. And then I turned it into a multi-six-figure business. And then I became a holistic business and marketing coach. So I bring with me experience and the values of a holistic professional, as well as the value of, doing it my own way, which is unique to what a lot of business coaches teach or show or offer, because a lot of the traditional business coaches are only looking at the business, not the business owner as well. So I know from personal experience that those two are very related, very connected. And then when I have been mentored by my mentors, I've also, one of the other unique special things about my own service and business is that I bring with me my mentors' knowledge and wisdom and guidance. And I've always got a mentor in my life, right? And my mentors right now, they're 8-figure business owners. Their way of thinking is what really fuels me and keeps me on my journey of growth. And that's what I pass on to my clientele. So what's special about you? And are you communicating that in your, marketing? I want you to go and check out my social media pages. I want you to see if it's unique in any way. And you're not meant to blend in, but it doesn't also mean that you are random, right? Authenticity is like gold. It's such a priceless thing. And like I said, it's like a thumbprint, and nobody else can put that thumbprint on your stuff except for you. So I want you to consider what your unique brand identity is. How are you actually wanting people to feel when they're interacting with you through whatever it is that they get a chance to experience with you? And is that showing in your marketing when you copy and paste somebody else's, way? So in the 90-day bootcamp, we do go into this thing about communicating, messaging that aligns with your unique brand identity. It's not just about social media marketing. It's also about what kind of content you're creating, what sort of communications are you having, how are you actually communicating and creating opportunities for yourself out there, and within your networks. That's all marketing. But it's the thinking that you need to be considering that if you are copying and pasting, which I see a lot of businesses do, think about the generation we kind of live in now, where anyone can have a really nice looking profile because we've got Canva, we've got AI. So what do you think your customers are actually looking for? Are they looking for something special looking on screen, or are they actually looking for something that connects with them, their values, the way they need to be treated, etc., etc.? So in the 90-day bootcamp, you're going to learn how to identify what exactly is the special sauce in your business or in your services, and how should people think of you when they think of working with someone similar to you. Okay. And then that's going to help you differentiate yourself and carve out your space in your niche. And then you're going to be able to naturally attract clients. I'm not for everybody. So something that you also will feel from the way I communicate, my channels are this podcast, and I run webinars and trainings. And that's my mode of letting my communication shine through. So my people will find me through that resonance. So that's an essential these days if you really want to be found by people that need you. Reason number 2, your marketing that is copy and pasted is only showing how frustrated you are because it doesn't align with your temperament. You're not getting any joy out of doing this work. It's just a task. Okay? But it's all transferred into a feeling, and that work that you're doing, that you're making yourself do, that feeling is transpired through the vibration of the work you're doing. So one size fits all marketing, it doesn't align with your personal energy. Your way of speaking, it doesn't align with that. An example of a past client is, and even myself, when I was growing into, being a natural marketer, I noticed that I once came up with a brilliant idea of posting every day. Okay. But that's not the way I behave. That's not the way I interact with people. And I had a one-on-one business back then, right? Just a one-on-one. And that's not the way I communicate anyway in real life. So if people are seeing you every day, you're kind of building a cadence for how you show up. That's showing up, and that's showing your personal temperament. So people are going to expect that sort of energy when they actually deal with you too, when they actually meet you or interact with your brand and your offer. And so is your marketing actually showing what it is like to deal with you? So you might be an introvert. I'm an introvert. I chose my way to market my business and services. And it is through running trainings, and it is through doing sales calls, and it is through doing launches. I'm not someone that relies on networking so much, outside on business communities, even though I will join one next year. But once again, I'm very selective about these strategies because I know myself now and what drains me and what energizes me. So when your marketing actually aligns with your energy and personality, it becomes super easy and very natural, and you start looking forward to it because it feels like what it feels like to me and what it feels like to my clients now is that they can't wait to shout out, not literally, but they can't wait to get their message out there about what they're wanting to do with their clients. Are you feeling like that in your business? Are you feeling like that's being communicated? Or is it just like, hey, look at me, I'm here, come around whenever you feel like it? You cannot be bland. If your energy is not in it, you're doing it all wrong. Copying and pasting, meaning replicating other people's cadence, it's just going to show. And if it's not your cadence, then you need to align it to yours. So when marketing is aligned, your strategies are aligned with your energy, your capacity, it becomes a natural skill that you develop, just like your cooking habits, just like your shopping habits. Okay? Like if you want to look good, compare it to creating sales, well, You're going to do a shopping list, you're going to go out shopping, and then you're going to have the clothes with you to wear. Right? Everything is a process. These skills, you have to develop them. And some people say, can't I just hire an agency? Can't I just hire someone to do this for me, that for me? Yes, you can. But you're the driver of your bus, and you need to do the thinking first. Okay, and then you can even train up an AI, or you can train up a VA to do all the stuff. But let's talk about what's in the boot camp. We actually give you strategies step by step to work with your natural strengths and weaknesses. Lots of people talk about strengths alone, but think about your weaknesses as well. Where are you weak? If it's communication, then that's where you need to develop yourself. Copywriting is something that a lot of people think that only experts would be able to do it, but actually we teach you a method to do copywriting very easily and very simply. Once again, I want to reinforce to you that you are the person that knows your customer inside out. You are the person who knows your customer's problems, pain points, and the product that is right for them. You are the only one that knows that. No marketing agency knows that, and they can't give you that. And you need to be really, really, you really need to know that. You really need to remember that. So a lot of people, when they're starting out in their business journey, they think they need to save money. They need to pay, save to be able to keep saving. If you want to grow, you need to invest in the right things. And the right things are looking at how can you invest what you need to invest in to be able to create the income that you're looking to create. The whole idea is you want to be making decisions based on where you'll be in a year's time, not decisions what are going to be around where you are currently sitting, right? All of you that are listening about this topic are probably right at the startup phase. Okay, and if you're not in the startup phase, you could be in the middle somewhere, startup to building, to build and scale. Wherever you are going to want to think about what are you building? You're looking at the finished product, and then you're trying to make a decision based on that. You're not looking at making a decision without any clarity about what exactly you are building. When you make a decision based on that, then you know that, oh my God, if you copy and paste somebody else's cadence and speed and content and all of that, or their style, it's inauthentic and it's going to drain you. Those decisions are going to just drain you of energy. There is no such thing as let's practice to be able to post every day or post 7 days a week. No, that's not the practice. That's the incorrect practice. The correct practice is let's start building the habit of, even if I post in a week, like every week, once a week, or even if I write meaningful content, it needs to communicate to the people that I'm wanting to work with. It needs to add value to them. And then that thing flows, because then you're really showing up for your people instead of you showing up to make yourself feel good. Getting this? So once you get into the, rhythm of doing that, and you apply the steps to actually support yourself to be able to show up regularly, be it at a networking event or whatever aligns with you, then you will flourish. Then people are going to be able to build that trusting rapport with you to be able to think of you when they need you. That's the solopreneur's journey. Okay, reason number 3. Do you often get likes and yet no buyers? Well, in this era of social media, this is the way things go. A lot of people are either just silently watching you or liking your post, but they're not really signing up. One of the biggest reasons is that firstly, when your clarity is not there about what you're posting and you're just doing similar things to other people, even if you offer 100% discount, there will be no takers, especially because a lot of this, the messaging is not yours, right? You're just doing what everybody else is doing. So it won't land with anyone. I'll tell you an example. Black Friday sales. I don't offer them. The reason is it doesn't align with my brand values. We don't work like that. Okay, we are always on every time. So, and we also have different schedules for different offers. So we don't really believe in discounting. We believe in adding more and more value. Okay, and we believe in supporting you. So this 90-day bootcamp is actually going to be available to you all the time. As soon as you join, you can start it. And you'll also learn strategies for building deeper, trustful, meaningful relationships with your clients and prospects. How you do that is through creating content that actually connects. How you do that as well is not just through content, but anywhere you are, even in your absence, people know something that you want them to know. Such as if they land on your website says specific things that lets them know, oh, okay, well, yeah, they get to know that you're the person. If they land on your Facebook or LinkedIn, they find out again that they can trust you. Similar things can happen everywhere, and also in the way they, interact with your brand. There are many ways to do it. So I'm not being specific, but once we figure out what your brand is trying to do and what your mission is and what you're doing, what your special thing is, then we help you decide on your tone, your language, and then your client's language, and then we get you to connect the two. And yeah, your values shine. People know exactly what to expect from you when they work with you. And just take my podcast for an example, right? The way I show up in the podcast, I'm not like reading notes. I've got a structure written up and I'm just speaking extemporaneously on it. So you would expect me to be similar when I'm with you, depending on the role that I'm playing, right? So if I'm your coach, I won't be talking, you'll be talking more. Though as a mentor and, consultant or business partner, then we'll be talking differently. But these podcasts are my way of creating meaningful content for you, my dream customers. Right? I'm building a community around me for me to thrive, for me to be excited to work, to, help those people or help you succeed and avoid the roadblocks that I faced and save yourself time, energy, right? To be doing bigger and better things and really take shortcuts of that kind. There are shortcuts that you can take that I spent figuring out 5 years. Like it took me 5 years to hit my first 6 figures in business. You can do that in a year because you'll know you'll have someone like me on your team. So that's it, So these are the three things you want to consider when you're doing your marketing in 2025. Marketing is communicating in the way that helps those people find you. Those people are already looking for you. And you want to make your brand to be like a lighthouse. The lighthouse is always on, even if the person who lives in the lighthouse has gone to bed. That's you. but your business is the lighthouse, needs to be the lighthouse for people to be able to always find you, even when you're not awake. And also, you've got to make sure it's sustainable for you to be there. And so you want to implement aligned strategies into your marketing that builds trust, shows people your authentic identity, as well as actually helps you develop connections that turn into meaningful customer and service provider relationships. Finally, biggest thing that I want you to remember is you're trying to make decisions based on where you are going instead of where you currently stand. Especially in the startup phase or any phase which is all about building the new level, you're always looking at, hey, what am I actually building? Based on that, that's what I'm going to invest in it. If this resonated with you, I want you to consider joining the bootcamp waitlist. We are looking at a December launch, and if you're ready to ditch the cookie cutter one-size-fits-all marketing tactics, which is unsustainable for any solopreneur, and you want to create a strategy that feels really authentic for you and that's sustainable, I really would love to see you on that list and share that journey with you and help you do marketing on your terms that actually brings you new business. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this added value on your journey. I look forward to coming back next week. In the meantime, let me know how you found this content. Let me know through a comment, like, share, as well as a DM. And just stay on the journey. Keep applying this stuff, and would love to hear anything you have got to share. Don't feel shy. And until next time, do have a really good week. Take care.